Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome into tonight's stream. Give me a quick sound check. Although I can hear myself coming through the iPad. So that is good. How's everyone doing? Fast Raptor, how are you? Oh, brilliant. Thank you for the membership. Thank you very much, Fast Raptor. I do appreciate that. Mr. Water with a £10 dono, especially for you to help your channel. That's amazing, that, Mr. Water. You didn't have to. But, you know, I really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. It's been a difficult 24 hours. Oh, never has the community been so polarised since TSW3 came out. Oh, my God. Oh, dear me. SNCF, how are you? Nice to see you. Right, let me get my microphone set up correctly. I thought we're obviously going to talk about TSW4. I mean, why not? But I will be running TSW3. It's no surprise. I haven't got my hands on it yet. Saying that, though, now I've got the PC, I might be able to get some early access a little bit better than just on the PS5. I will be continuing with it on the PS5 once it comes out as my main platform. That's where I've got all the DLC. However, if we get a chance to take an early look, then we will do so on the PC until we get the PS5 version. So, yeah, no dates on that yet. I know early access, if you pre-order, comes out on the 21st, I think it is, isn't it? 21st of September. So it might be the same day for me. It might be a little bit earlier, but we'll see. Farah, how are you? Yeah, to support the channel, but not interested in TSW4. I know. Hi, Dave. How are you? Oh, dear me. Right. How much is it? Depends what version you're after, Fast Raptor. If you go on the Dovetail website, there's an article there showing the different pricings. There's different editions, and there's also a standard edition. There's a deluxe edition. It's not just one price, unfortunately, so it's a difficult one, that. I think the standard edition, this one that it's showing on the screen right now, if you're on PlayStation, I think that's $35.99, but I think there's a discount at the moment, like a pre-order discount. Right, we're going to do Tees Valley, because I haven't been on here for ages. And I wanted something that's not stressful. Tees Valley isn't bad, is it? So I think this is what we're going to do. We'll open some windows, shall we? Get everything set up first, including the master key, reverser. Where's the lights on this thing? They're here, aren't they? These are the instrument lights. Where are they? Not that one. Not that one. That's what I was looking for. Route indicators, etc., are all up here. What else we got? Tail lights, cab light, then safety systems. We'll put those on this route. There we go. So just let me know as we go as well about the game sounds, because I did have a fiddle with it in between streaming last time and this one. So once we get underway, just let me know if that's okay, and I will reset it if it's not. So we're going all the way up to Saltburn on this one, and we've got a 101 behind us. Let's get going, shall we? The £72 deal isn't too bad if you're missing a few routes. Yeah, correct. You're having second thoughts. Do you mean second thoughts? You might pick it up now, Mr. Water. I think you said originally you weren't that bothered, if I remember. Do you know, I've had so many comments. I can't remember who said what. My phone is constantly going off. With people commenting, which is good in a way, but there's SNCF with the prices. Dave's got the deluxe, save 10 quid. You bought Train Sim World 3 months ago, now there's 4. Well, you will think of Train Sim World 4, if you can, as 3 new routes. So normally routes are 30 quid each, aren't they? But here you can see the price list there, so you're getting them cheaper, and all the ones you have from TSW3 will just come across. You don't lose them. You won't lose them at all. Yeah, as SNCF says right there. Yeah, they do automatically transfer. Yeah, they do. You're going to get it, Mr. Water. Excellent. If you guys all jump off the wagon, then it's not going to be the same, is it? Probably go deluxe as well. Flying Scotsman. Yeah, the Flying Scotsman actually is. You know, I'm not a massive Steam buff at all. However, when I was down there last week, I did have a good blast up the East Coast Main Line in the Scotsman, and it was really good, actually. I did quite enjoy that. I think I've said it in to a few of you in the comments as well, to the video I did yesterday and the Blackpool one that I did today. That what you saw yesterday in the Dovetail Direct, they didn't really show any gameplay, did they? But just wait till you see it. Wait till the preview. If you're on the fence, wait till the preview streams and have a look. I know lots of you've got issues with things like, you know, TSW3 bugs and things that you're saying haven't been fixed, etc., etc. I think there is some news on that kind of thing. It couldn't come out yesterday though. So just trophies, bugs, just hold that thought. See what comes out in the roadmap. I don't know if the roadmap is where they'll talk about it, but just hold that thought for now. And then, you know, make a decision later on. I think the pre-order discount is available right up to launch, isn't it? So, you know, you've got a few weeks yet. You don't have to do it right now. Lee, how are you? Good to see you. SNCF definitely getting deluxe. Yeah, they do look amazing, yeah. I said it before, the mountains in the Vorarlberg route. Honestly, if you ever had a problem with the Rivet Mountains in the Arosa line, they look like cardboard compared to these. These are like photorealistic, these mountains. They're absolutely awesome, they really are. I loaded up the route last week. I don't know what station I started at. I don't know the route at all at this point. It put me in at the station. I jumped to the outside cab view, and there's all this mountain range behind me. I thought it was real. It was almost as if they pasted a video into the into the route. And I think once you guys see it on the preview streams, any of you that are on the fence might just go, go on then. Honestly. Yeah, it's more enticing for her, exactly, yeah. I'm reading the chat, so I'm going slowish. So we won't worry about the timings. In fact, we've only got 12 seconds to get to Dinsdale. We've got 2 miles to go. We're not going to do it, are we? Laser Jet, how are you? Nice to see you. Southeastern High Speed Scenery Upgrade. Is there? I didn't see that. I must admit I haven't really read it. I skimmed it. And I thought I'll wait until the stream. I like to get my feet up and watch the roadmap stream and let them take us through it, I think. But I know there's a lot of stuff they just, like I said, they just didn't mention yesterday that's coming. So I don't want you guys to go off the rails about it before you've seen everything. So just, you know, as I said, just hold that thought. And see how it goes. V, how are you? Good evening. Yeah, the new lighting. Yeah. And LaserJet's going for the deluxe to get the Scotsman. So I don't know if did they say it yesterday, but I know I'm allowed to say that if you don't get the deluxe edition, and then you decide later you want the Vectron and the Scotsman or either of them, you will be able to get them afterwards standalone. But obviously there won't be the same kind of discount as you can get up front. That's the trade-off. But you will still, you know, if you change your mind and you want the Scotsman, you haven't got it, you can still get it. The other thing as well, I'll just say something else. Did I mention this on the Discord? But as in typical fashion, and I need to be careful now because I'll do it again coming up to Dinsdale. You know my penchant for overspeeding. Well, and going through a station, not stopping. I did that last week on the East Coast Main Line when I was having a run, and you know, it always had that annoying. It had that annoying thing where you go through the station and then you have to reverse to cap off the objective before it would let you go to the next station. And sometimes if you reversed, if you weren't careful, you went behind the signal, which then changed to red. And when you set off again, that's the end of the scenario. Well, I overshot on the East Coast Main Line last week, and it realised that I overshot, and it changed the objective and said, go on to the next station. That's a good improvement, especially for me. It didn't force me to go back. It knew, and it just carried on. If I've mentioned that to you already, I'm sorry about that, but I was quite impressed with that one. There's some other stuff as well I can't really say about yet, but it's going to come up over the next couple of weeks, and I don't want to spoil anything, and I don't want to get in trouble either. That's the other thing. Dave says East Coast Main Line, you're waiting to thrash. Yep. The Azuma's nice. The Azuma's very nice. It's well modelled. It looks very nice inside, like the Javelin. It's all very modern and yeah. Let me get this stop nailed. See if we can do it. Can't remember what the braking's like on the 31. It's pretty decent, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to stop short, I think, aren't we? There's a decent amount of brake there. This is Dinsdale. All the 80s shell suits are coming out, look, again. Right, let's get everybody on board. Gilly, how are you? Nice to see you, mate. Looks like they've improved the scenery. Yeah, there generally has been an upgrade across the board. Yeah, and that fog effect is brilliant. They'll talk a lot more about the fog effect and the way that at night the lights on the train at the front will have that glow about them. There is kind of a glow there now, isn't there? But the new volumetric lighting is that what they're calling it? Volumetric lighting? I forget the exact term that they used. Or was it volumetric fog? Can't remember. Anyway, it looks good. It looks good. I literally sat for a presentation that Matt gave to us in person last week, and I was blown away with it. But like I said, they didn't and they couldn't show everything yesterday. So unfortunately, I think some are having a go before they've seen everything. But I understand an initial reaction, and it can go both ways. And the main thing as well is everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Volumetric fog, thank you very much. That's it. Everybody's a paying player, and you know, it's down to every individual, isn't it, what they want to do next. I just think some of you will have your arm twisted once you see a bit more of it. LaserJet looking forward to driving an 800 series. Yeah, I can catch up on delays now, SNCF, yeah. Is there guard panels? I don't actually know that. That's a good question, and I genuinely don't know the answer to that. The Zoom is epic, and because that stretch of the East Coast Main Line they've done, it means it can get up to a decent speed as well. And it flies. It really does. Yeah, I don't know, Dave, if it would fail you when you get to the end. What I was doing was I was kind of playing chunks of everything, because all the ambassadors were there. They had they only had a certain amount of these dev kits. So you're either playing on the Xbox dev kit or you were playing on the PlayStation dev kit. There was only so many in the room, and everybody was queuing up. So you know, I had an hour or so first, then I swapped with somebody. I went off and had a chat to Matt and everybody else that was there, and then I came back and had another go, and that's the way the second day kind of went. But I didn't play any of the services end to end. I just got a good feel for each, because I wanted to try as much of it as I could, and there's quite a lot to, you know, with the Scotsman and the Vectran as well. There was a lot to do. So I didn't want to miss out. But I also didn't. It was still quite heavy in development. So I also didn't want to spoil it. Does that make sense? Because I wanted to see the finished product. But even the heavy development version that I saw, it, to me, looked brilliant. I mean, it was nearly there then. So, and with a release date of the 26th of September, obviously it is ready to come out, pretty much. Teesside Airport. Let's get some speed off for this. Yeah, V. Oh, there's plenty of people don't like it. I think hopefully everybody in here is friendly. Believe it or not, I have lost subscribers overnight, and I wonder if that's to do with, not with me particularly. I wonder if that's to do with TSW. It's just the way it goes, isn't it? Really. I think some of the comments I got last night, I felt personally responsible for this release. That's what everyone seemed to be making out. Well, not everybody, because you good folks have been quite fair. I think we all can have a sort of decent discussion about it, can't we, without finger pointing. But there's those that will. That's fine. Alright, Teesside Airport. Now you can usually see the aircraft flying around, can't you? I don't know if you can at night. See if we can spot them. There's one. There you go. There he is. So they're flying at all times of day. What is it? 10 to 8 at night. Just loading up the passengers. It's good that you've pre-ordered though, V. The fog effect in collaboration with On The Road, it's a little bit better than that, Lee, actually. I can definitely tell you that. It's not covering anything up, unlike On The Road. This has actually been put in the game for a reason, rather than just a cover-up. I like it though. Yeah, that was quite. I don't know what you guys thought, but I thought that was quite a good presentation. yesterday, the Dovetail Direct. I thought they did that quite well. I especially like the opening with the music. And Ben, one of the community managers there, Ben, who you saw right at the beginning playing the keyboard, he was down there last week as well, and he's written all the music for TSW4 as he did with TSW3 as well. So it was nice to meet everybody. Rob, how are you? Nice to see you. Rob Janssen, he's another ambassador over in Holland. Thanks for coming in, Rob. Good to see you. Gilly, looking forward to hearing more about the Just Trains route. As I've said, you and me both. Like I said in that little short video earlier today, I kind of, just like you guys, I heard the rumours, I went on the forums, but you never quite know, do you? You never quite know. And then I felt cheated at the end of Dovetail Direct when it was just slapped on the end. I wanted that to be a big announcement all on its own. You know, that's how important that route is to me. But look, I'll take it. It's been announced. It's out there, so I'll take it. And you could probably, in today's video, if you've watched that, you could probably hear my enthusiasm. I looked at that first screenshot that looks back at Preston, and you could have just put the screen in front of me. I would have instantly known where that was. That's how good it is. I did think about going down this afternoon actually to try and line up that shot to show you. If I get time tomorrow, I think I might be able to get... as you're looking at that pacer going across the bridge, there's a hill behind. Now if I go and stand at the top of that hill, I might be able to take a pretty similar picture of where that pacer is, so you can compare it. If I get a chance tomorrow, because it's like 2 miles down the road for me, I'll just drive down there quickly and try and snap that picture, or as best I can, just so you can see just how good that looks against the real thing. I think you'll be impressed with that. But yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. TSW4 is meh. I want the Preston route. We're going to be playing that one quite a bit, I think, once that comes out. I'll just warn you right now. Did I enjoy Chatham Dockyard? Yeah, it was quite nice. I didn't actually realise there was that much there. Really, there was an ironclad in there. There was a destroyer. There was a submarine. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go on the submarine, which was a little bit of a shame because we were in a big group, and I don't think they would let us on it. I think it's quite tight inside, as you would imagine. But I would have gone on the submarine actually. But yeah, it's really nice lifeboat museum as well as part of that. And they've got, you know, a little Docklands Railway still there as well. I don't think it's working, although I think Jamie said it does on occasion. But there is, you know, there's engines there in a shed, and lots of different types of wagons and stuff. Yeah, it was quite interesting. Yeah, liked it. Bad Cat, how are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, exactly, Bad Cat. Yeah, I think that's just, you know, one of the ways to think about it. I thought you were watching the proms when it started. Yeah, we did have fun, Rob. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I'm pleased you're picking it up though, Mr. Water. I was a bit worried that the regulars and a lot of the regulars seem to not be that impressed with it. I'm not going to lie, that surprised me a little bit. I mean, I understand why. Everybody was saying why. They didn't just say I'm not getting it. There's no way I'm getting it. Everyone was saying why they wouldn't get it. But it's nice that some of you are now considering, changing your mind. And we're going to get an overshoot, are we? No, the brakes are good. We're alright. The brakes are good. We'll stop short, but I'll take it. These guys are going to have to walk up the platform, though. I'm not moving forward. Here they come. All in the matching trench coats. That's quite scary, that, isn't it? Farrah's saying that you're fickle, Mr. Water. He'll order it. He'll order it. I think I know him by now. You'll pick it up. Every route you all moves to TSW4, correct. Correct. J. Luke, how you doing? You would have preferred a big update than a new game. It is in a way though, isn't it? It is a big update. It's like Bad Cat just said. It's an update, but you're getting 3 new routes with it. And they changed the name. And TS Classic has always updated every year. That doesn't seem to get the same reaction though, and I wonder why. I'm not sure. Has Jamie worked on his hair yet? What do you mean? Oh dear. Yeah, Farrah, I get it. What I'm saying is, you know, just listen out over the next few weeks. Matt particularly did say something about trophies, but I'm not going to repeat it yet till he says it, because I want him to give the full detail of what it was he was talking about. Just something that came up in a conversation that I was having with him, but I want him to say that. So I won't say anything for now. The Azuma looks epic. The Peterborough route will be good as well. It is good. Super fast if you like speed. Right, we've got Eagles Cliff coming up as we come off this junction. Tok, how are you? Nice to see you, good evening. Yeah, Antelope Valley also looking nice. Oh, you're on this route, Tok, were you? How different does it look to what it looks like now in this? Because this is quite old, isn't it? This is 80s as well, isn't it? I imagine it's changed a fair bit. I remember you saying that, Gilly, about being near the Leyland factory and watch the 142s being built. If they do a TSW4 plus Preston standalone. Yeah, I don't know if they would do that. It's possible, isn't it? The thing is, if you don't buy TSW4 when it launches, just go off the past history. You know, if you've been on the fence about it, you don't want to pay the full price. You might have to wait a few months, but it always goes in a sale at some point, doesn't it? You know, everything that's been released so far has been in a sale, apart from the very recent things. So you don't have to commit to it on day one or do the pre-order if you don't want to. It's just down to your own choice, isn't it? Right, we're off to Thornaby. Does the ICE go into some of Austria? I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that one. In real life or in the game or both? I don't know. I don't know what layers actually there is for the Austrian route. I don't even know if it has any. Did it say yesterday? I don't quite recall. The route's not very different. All the factories and freight yards are all run down and overgrown and abandoned. Bit of industry though, but nothing like they used to be. Same story in a lot of places, isn't it, Tuck? Unfortunately. Ah, right, Gilly. Yeah, I didn't realise that. Maybe they will then. Maybe they will. I do think though that even if you're not local, I think the fact that people will want to go to Blackpool, I think will make that route quite popular. The Just Trains route. The old South Bank station with the bridge next to it is gone, right. Doesn't it look like the cab light is on? It's weird, isn't it? Oh, the Vectron as well. Yeah, the Vectron is solid. Matt described the Vectron as being a bit of a beast to drive, and he was right. There's a little bit of a learning curve with the Vectron, I would say, but you will soon get the hang of it. And it's a really nice looking loco as well. Right, we've got a 50 coming up. So don't forget, tomorrow night is the roadmap stream for TSW4. So I'm hoping, you know, they're able to go into a bit more depth, and of course they'll also take questions as well, won't they, tomorrow? I think there's been a thread going on the forums where you can ask your questions ready for tomorrow night. So if you've got a question you want to ask, just go onto the forums and just have a quick look there. I think the roadmap is also, it's Matt and JD, isn't it, tomorrow night? The 47s, I think the 47s are timetabled. Yeah. Saw some 31s today. Wow. Pretty rare these days, I imagine. To see the lights. Farrah's singing Mac Lads again. You've put that in my head now all night. Thanks very much for that, Farrah. I saw another screenshot actually of that Preston Blackpool. I'm calling it Preston Blackpool because we didn't know about Ormskirk, did we? So if I keep calling it Preston Blackpool, that's why. There's nothing wrong with Ormskirk. There's actually a lot wrong with Blackpool, but I'll stop that right there. But I was looking at a screenshot of the road map, and I could see just as you're approaching Blackpool South, there was a screenshot of the Pacer going past Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And do you know what? That looks pretty similar now to what it does in that screenshot from back in the mid-80s. Not a lot's changed on that Blackpool South route. You could go there now and it would look the same. I keep saying that me and a couple of others from the Train Sim community Discord, I think we're going to try to do some comparisons. Once it gets a little bit nearer, we'll go out and do some real life comparisons, and then you can have a look if you're not from this neck of the woods. I think you'll be suitably impressed with that. Dave used to love the Mac Lads. You surprised me there, Dave. I would never have picked you out as a Mac Lads fan. Love it. "26 Class 31s. I didn't realise it was so many. Yeah, that's pretty good. Golden Ticket, nice to see you. How you doing? Laserjet, you're from the south, so you don't know what it's like. Yeah, we'll aim to put that right, because yeah, it's quite a nice neck of the woods up here. Preston Station, of course, is one of the big stations. It's quite big. Just looking at those screenshots that they've put in, I was amazed by that. The level of detail they've put in. Again, I could instantly tell, even though the numbering wasn't visible of the platforms, I could instantly tell what platform we were in on those screenshots. But I think one or more of the Just Trains team live up this neck of the woods as well. I think Tom lives up here. Does he live in Fleetwood? Yeah, he lives in Blackpool or Fleetwood. I can't remember. But he's pretty local. So that's a route that they will know well, and also they created it. They created a scenario, didn't they? Sorry, they created a route for TS Classic as well, which you can download. The same route. Well, I don't know if it's the same route. I don't know if it goes to Ormskirk, but certainly Preston to Blackpool, they did that. So they know quite a lot about it. Yeah, Muttley, yeah. Not the Dick Dastardly Muttley, the other one. Dave says, it's a shame they didn't use the 323 and 150 and 158 on that route. Do you not think the era... I don't know really. Do you not think the era is correct, or do you think there's a bit too much BR Blue stuff in the game? I personally quite like the era that is set in, 1986. I don't mind that at all. I mean, I don't know if we will ever see, like we did with the Isle of Wight, I don't know if we'll ever see two versions of the same route again. I still don't quite understand why we got the two Isle of Wights, if I'm perfectly honest. That seemed a strange choice to me at the time, but I don't know if we'll get that with this route. Yeah, I don't know, Tok. Yeah, it does, of course, have its own station, and in the screenshot that you see where it's going past the pleasure beach, the station is pretty much right there where you see the screenshot, and then Blackpool South is not very far at all after that. So I don't know. I don't know if it was there or not. Tom used to be a Blackpool tram driver. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I knew he was well up on the area, so that's what I mean. They've probably put a lot of time into this one. the Class 142 Pacer, the Class 101 are going to be partners in crime. I mean, everybody wanted a Pacer, didn't they? Well, I won't say everybody, because again, I'm sort of casting everybody in the same boat, but a lot of people wanted a Pacer. A lot of people wanted a Pacer on this route, didn't they, on the Tees Valley route? Once it's in the game, of course, you can run it on here as well. I'm sure people will be doing scenarios that are running on the Tees Valley with the Pacer. So a lot of people will get their wish. LaserJet says there's not enough BI Blue in TSW. I'm a big fan of it. Because, as I said before, it's what I remember as a kid. A lot of the new stuff, dare I say it, can be a bit samey. Unless you're driving the Azuma or the Javelin or something like that. But a lot of the DMUs are quite similar, aren't they? If you think about it. Got the alarm going off here, you can hear it. Mr. Water, telling the truth now, really was on the fence about TSW4, but watching Dovetail Direct, seeing the screenshots and what you get with the Deluxe has actually changed your mind. That's what I mean. I think a lot of people will be the same as you yesterday and had an initial shock. It's a lot to take in. There was a lot of information yesterday. Everybody was on information overload. I was. And I'd been through most of it last week. And I still was when I watched the presentation. You know, so for you guys that heard rumours but really didn't know, there was a lot to take in, and that's why it's good that now you've seen the stream schedule from Dovetail. They've got a massive schedule coming up. SNCF has put it, if you've not seen it, SNCF has put it in my Discord. There's a big list of all the different streams. And it's good that they're spreading it out now over the next few weeks. So you've had the initial rush of information, and now you can start to take it in sections and soak it up a little bit. And like I said before, the pre-orders are open, I think, until the night before it releases. Well, before the early access starts, so the 21st. Up to the 21st, you'll be able to pre-order it. So if you do change your mind, you've still got loads of time yet. Yeah, 1986. This is set in Tuck. The Preston, Ormskirk, Preston, Blackpool, 1986. LaserJet doesn't like Pacers. Will the 142 have the new suspension physics? Well, so the suspension's not ready yet, is it? It's I did see a demo of that, but it's not ready. Of all the trains that are in this game, the Pacer is the one that needs it. Maybe that's why it's being developed. It wasn't called the Nodding Dog for no reason, was it? Yeah, if they want to test the suspension, I think that is the train to do it on. So we were at Middlesbrough. Oh yeah, the flange squirrel, yeah, he's something else, isn't it? Yeah, you can be on board one, and it almost deafens you, doesn't it? It isn't that long ago when I last actually travelled on one. They've only recently gone out of service, haven't they? But I remember going from Wigan to Southport, on a Merseyrail version. Not that long ago. The Nodding Donkey, yeah. I think up here we called it the Nodding Dog, but yeah, Nodding Donkey as well. They missed Middlesbrough's football ground on this route. Whereabouts is it? The old one, the old ground, Ersam Park, wasn't it? Was it right in the centre? It's now a housing estate, isn't it, the old one? But I think they preserved where the centre circle used to be. So in the middle of the housing estate, there's a little kids play park or something like that, and they kind of made a little not memorial, but you know, they sort of recognised where the centre circle used to be, and they've marked it with some kind of statue or commemorative plaque or something like that. The new one is just around the corner to the right where the cranes are. There's cranes there. You mean round this corner, coming up over this side? Oh, it's painful, Gil. Yeah, it is. He raised a good point there, because it was really, really noisy, wasn't it? Bouncy paces. They did have quite a bit of bounce on them. Oh, pre-orders are live up to the 26th. Of course they will be. Yeah, you just don't get the early access, do you? If you order it the night before, you'll still get the discount. You just don't get the early access, obviously. Well, the minute you buy it, you'll get the access, but you won't get it from the 21st, of course. So South Bank is next, as Tok mentioned earlier on. Got the old South Bank first, and then the more recent one. Technical term, it's got character. And he has got character in a way. They've all got something about them, haven't they? I think that's why everybody likes trains, isn't it? They've all got something a little bit different about them. There's a 101 going the other way. I haven't said much about the Antelope Valley line. That's another line I didn't know anything about before TSW4, and got to drive that, as I said as well last week. Setting off from the LA side, it was very much like the Peninsula Corridor. It reminded me of that straight away. You know, when you leave San Francisco, it's exactly like that. But then you're straight out of the station, and you're pretty much into the desert, and then it becomes Cajon Pass, and it's a really nice mix of cities and sort of desert driving. It's just like they've merged the two together. So, you know, I think the US fans are going to be quite pleased with that, but I think a lot of you guys as well will be, that are not US, will also quite enjoy it. And that's a big run as well, that one. This is the old South Bank station. Warfighter, how are you? Good evening. Can't wait for the Azuma and to see what Doncaster looks like. You always travel to Newcastle on that train. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Giuliano, how are you? Laserjet, you're just glad you don't have a US freight route this year. Yeah, this is a lot more interesting. The Antelope Valley's a very interesting route. I think, I mean, you've got a point there, Kreza. I think just the numbering causes issues, doesn't it? The game numbering. The quote you heard is like modern trains are soulless, but once trains are over 30 years old, you start to develop a character. Yeah, you'd miss them when they're gone. Yeah. Dave, you were driving a pacer today on TS Classic, Manchester to Liverpool. Oh, you got Manchester to Liverpool. Excellent. Well, you know, from that last video I did on that, I was quite impressed with that route. I thought it was great. The only problem I had was as you saw in the video, I was coming towards Manchester and I was outside the cab and I was looking at Man United as I went past and and then didn't hear the AWS alarm, or you don't hear it. I didn't see the AWS going off on the sort of dashboard. And got emergency braked right outside Old Trafford. I don't even like Man United. I was just looking at the stadium. But it's a good route. There's some quite nice routes in TS Classic. Definitely. Warfighter wants Doncaster to Edinburgh to be added. Maybe. First thing you'll do with the free roam is drive a timetable 4F service on West Somerset. Steam's actually alright on West Somerset. I've quite enjoyed running a few Creators Club scenarios on there. I mean, it's obviously still slow on West Somerset as the 37 goes past. But obviously with Steam there's a bit more skill involved as well, so it keeps it interesting, keeps you on your toes. There's some workshop freight routes on the loading containers at Old Trafford. Oh, is there? Alright, I've not looked at the workshop for that route. I'll have to check that out. I don't diss Man United. No, I was just saying, I was looking at the ground, but I'm not a fan of theirs, but I was just looking at the ground. I'm not a Man City fan either, by the way, so there you go. The Riviera line in TSW, that, I think that will come, do you not? That's a popular route, isn't it, in TSC? You would think that would come at some point. Redcar British Steel. We're stopping at next. Yeah, I know you're joking, yeah. Dave's Man United. Warfighter, you bought the deluxe one and you don't know what you get. Was that not a bit risky? Well, the tongue-tied again. The deluxe version, you will get the East Coast Main Line, the Vorarlberg route in Austria, and you will get the Antelope Valley US route. You'll also get the Flying Scotsman, which you can use on the East Coast Main Line. Well, it's linked to the East Coast Main Line, but I mean you can use it where you want in the scenario planner. And you get the Vectron as well, as Mr. Water says, which is of course a German loco. I think that's probably the addition to go for, isn't it, for any of us players that have played it for a while. That's the best value, isn't it? There's the moon. The Indians have landed on the moon today, haven't they? I saw on the news, on the south pole of the moon, looking for water. Just quite interesting. I did mean to watch the landing live. I think it was about 1:34 PM UK time. They were showing it live on the news and I blooming forgot, didn't I? So I'm going to have to catch up with that later. I'm quite interested in space stuff, and especially the moon. Fascinated by the moon. Well, that's another story. 0.7 of a mile until we reach Redcar British Steel. Lee, never understood why they've never done the West Coast, Manchester to London. I think eventually all these main routes will come. It might take several years, but I think, you know, that's a popular route. I think all those will come. Hey Puzzle Peanut, how are you? So we see if we can get a decent-ish stop in. It's getting dark now. What is it? 8:30. Put full service on. That was a bit harsh, that one, actually. If you pre-order the deluxe version, it's only like 42 quid, which is good. It's not bad value, is it? 20% off with PS Plus? Yeah, exactly. I'm not reading that one out, Gilly. I'm not getting in trouble for that. I'm in enough bother as it is. Although, you know, I was thinking, I mean, everyone does it, but, you know, like the FIFA situation, for example, I mean, nothing carries over from FIFA, does it, year to year, apart from it remembers what team you selected the previous year. You know, same with all those EA games. And you're paying like 70 odd quid, you know, for that. I don't know. It depends. It's down to every individual, isn't it? And what you think is value, and you know, what you prepare to pay for. It's impossible to you know, it's impossible to make everybody happy about it. Yeah, exactly. Golden ticket. Yeah. I think the Americans are just behind, aren't they? They're going to do it. Is it next month? I think the Americans are going to the moon next month. Similar thing. Did the Russians go? The Russians crashed. I think it was the Russians. Was it Japan? I can't remember. Someone crashed anyway. Anyway, India have done it. America are next. So there is a race. You're right. Dave was driving a pacer and missed it. Oh, this station has gone, has it, Tuck? The one we just visited. I guess that was for the steel industry and the workers. And if the industry's gone, they'll shut the station. It seemed a bit remote, that one. Am I feeling better now? Yeah, I'm not bad. I have been a bit on and off for the past few days. But I'm alright at this moment in time. Thank you for asking. Yeah, and as he says, yeah, as Mr. Water says, yeah, Preston is on the way, so that's always going to cheer me up. Popcorn, good evening. Yeah, the notifications are rubbish. Don't worry. I think that what you're describing there, Laserjet, about going Bishop's Lydyard to Minehead and turn around and head back to Lydyard, you will be able to do that with the new Scenario Planner 2.0. They were saying you can do as many turnarounds as you want, rather than just an A to B. So that will be in the Scenario Planner 2.0. Gilly backed out after FIFA 98. I think I have 98. Is that the one with Ronaldinho on it? It's either got Ronaldinho on the front or it's got Rooney. Because I haven't played it for ages. I do have the last FIFA because I got it free with a new controller I got for the PlayStation. It was like in a box. I installed it, but I bet I've played 2 or 3 games on it. It's just not my thing anymore. Although if Farah is there, I did pick up the new Madden game this year because I got it for my birthday, so I didn't spend any money on it. I've been quite enjoying playing that this time. I've not played a Madden game for a few years. But that's easy to say, isn't it? When someone buys it you for your birthday, you've not kind of lost out. Yeah, I'm really hyped about Preston. I can't. It's not fair for me to mention that again, is it? You guys won't come back if I keep mentioning it. I will try and take that photograph tomorrow, though, that I mentioned. See if I can compare the screenshot, and I'll quickly post it so you can all see. Popcorn, excited for East Coast Mainline. I think maybe because many of us probably in this chat, with the exception I know of Golden Ticket, I don't know who else. Maybe most of us are UK based. I would say most people are looking forward to the East Coast Mainline, those who are getting TSW4. I think I commented in yesterday's video that certainly I did a quick poll as I was down at Dovetail. The first set of ambassadors that got their hands on the game, they were pretty much exclusively on the East Coast Mainline when I looked. So they went there straight away. Everybody jumped on the Azuma. It was almost as if the same thing was on every screen and they were watching a video. Somebody was playing it somewhere and watching it. Everyone was doing the same thing. So The East Coast Main Line, put it this way, the East Coast Main Line won't let you down, is what I'm prepared to say. So if you're looking forward to it, you've not played it yet, wait till you get your hands on it. Yeah, I don't play Madden. I mean, I watch NFL on Sky every year. I watch the whole season. I always have done. But playing the games, yeah, it's the same every year. So I don't think it's worth the FIFAs and the Maddens. I don't think it's worth buying them every year. But as I say, I think maybe 2018 was the last Madden that I got. So it was quite a while back. Ronaldinho on the front and the Blur theme tune. Was that the woohoo? Was it that one? Or was that going back even further? I do remember it. You've just posted a video of TSW4 gameplay from Gamescom on the server. Oh, excellent. If you guys are not in the Discord, just have a look in the description to this video. You'll see the Discord there, so you can come and join up. Then you'll be able to have a look what SNCF is talking about. So if you're on Discord, give it a click. You're more than welcome. Did many people play the Scotsman? Everybody did, at some point. Yeah, everybody did. And again, that had a different feel. It's hard to describe. It had a different feel to the other steam engines we've got in the game as well. It's a different experience. Plus, you know, you're driving the Scotsman. I mean, it's iconic anyway, isn't it? Yeah, there's loads, Peanut, loads of stuff to mention. Lots and lots of stuff. Volumetric fog. Graphical updates, as you mentioned. There's Scenario Planner 2, new livery designer. If you do that kind of thing, you've now got 1,000 layers you can use rather than, what was it before? Was it 200 layers? New logos as well coming into the scenario planner. Actually, is much more detailed. It's not my thing, as you know. I don't do a lot of that, but there was a lot of oohs when we were down with the ambassadors. A lot of them that do that sort of thing. We're quite impressed with it. But there is a roadmap stream tomorrow. Yeah, as SNCF says, there's a roadmap stream tomorrow. They've released half of it today in an article, which has got probably a lot more detail in there than I can tell you. But yeah, have a read of that. There's some good stuff. Hello, Rustic Geek. How are you? Nice to see you. Oh yeah, free roam as well. Free roam, of course, is quite a good one, isn't it? I mean, a lot of us used the scenario planner as a kind of free roam, didn't we? But we had to obviously plan it first. A lot of those little videos and streams I've done where I'm, just running the class 150 from somewhere to somewhere, just to look at a new route. Previously, I've had to set up a scenario for that. Now I can just free roam and pick the engine and pick the route and just go without having to do all that. No, the fog's good, Dave. The fog's very good. It's like Lee was saying. He hopes it's not the fog from on the road. It's definitely a lot better than that. This fog's got purpose. Well, on the road fog has got purpose. That's to cover up the distant crappy scenery. But yeah. Cam Plays fans, how are you? Nice to see you back. How you doing? When are we getting a Welsh route? Yeah, see, that's another thing, isn't it? And going back to TS Classic as well, I've been playing that North Wales coastal route in TS Classic. That's an excellent route, that. I'd like to see that, definitely. Smash the like button and you broke your phone. Yeah, don't quite smash it. That's not recommended. I should update that, shouldn't I? Please politely press the thumbs up button. Dave, you're going to get the North Wales. It really is good. And you talked about the workshop. There's a lot of workshop routes for that. I think it's a very popular route, that. And you get the Avanti Voyager on there as well, which I quite like driving. Jamie Lee Curtis type fuck. Oh, you're getting it tomorrow, Dave. Wow. Yeah, it's good. It's a good route. It's long. It's a long route as well. The North Wales coast is quite nice, isn't it, as well? Past the castle there, Carnarvon. Yeah, it's quite nice. Rill seafront. Big old long route. Lots of driving to do. Ormskirk is next. How late are we? 10 minutes late so far. It's fine. Ghost 147, how are you? Good evening. Hopefully you haven't all like smashed the like button, but I appreciate you all pressing the like button. Thank you very much for that. Well, you got the ScotRail Express and the Glossop line at the weekend. Yeah, they're both good, aren't they? The problem is I like every route. Definitely all the UK based ones I really like. Lots of people didn't, you know, they weren't initially that fussed about Glossop before it came out, were they? And then when it came out, everybody said, oh, actually, it's a short route, but it's actually quite a good route, that. There's plenty to do. It is. It's a nice little route. And you've seen me stream the Glasgow-Edinburgh route a few times. Even I even did the spot on Dovetail's channel, running that as well. It's another fast one, isn't it? Warfighter, it says you're too early. Oh, you mean you've got the pre-order, but it won't let you download it yet? I don't know whether they will let you do a preload. Maybe they will let you do a preload before the 21st. Not sure. I don't know how big actually the download is going to be. I'm sure they'll mention that on one of the streams. Dave, you recommend getting the Riviera route painting to Exeter, not the one set in the 50s? Right, yeah, there's two similar, isn't there? I did notice that. Gilly's interested in what the editor can do and if they can allow console downloading via content creator type hub. I don't know anything about that, and they didn't say, did they? But they kind of hinted it could be something for the future, but I don't think they committed to it, did they? Obviously, the editor, you're not going to be able to use the editor, of course, on a console. It just wouldn't work. But it would be a shame if the content that people are creating in the editor on PC isn't able to be shared. I'm sure that's something they've got in the back of their minds, because people are going to create some really great stuff on there. I always say it about Creators Club, there's some clever people out there. They've probably got something up the sleeve, although I don't know anything about it to tell you. Toc's got a massive crack in his screen. I did tell you not to smash it. I'm going to have to update the terminology of that one. Mr. Water liked it when he came in. Yeah, thank you very much. Rustic Geek says the best route for scenery on TSW. Any recommendations? Oh, that's a difficult one. Ooh, I'll probably open that up to everybody. Everybody's probably got their own idea on that. I don't know. It's a good question. Niddertalborn SNCF says, yeah, I think actually, yeah, you're right, I forgot. Niddertalborn. Niddertalborn is a lot different to every other route we've had so far. Although, when TSW4 comes out, I think that the Austrian route is going to beat Niddertalborn. So I think you're probably right, SNCF. Currently, Niddertalborn. DC Legends of Woodhead DLC pack for Glossop. That'd be a good thing, wouldn't it? Yeah. I need to pick up the Woodhead line actually, because I noticed that the Woodhead line is a requirement for a lot of the downloadable scenarios that people make on the workshop. There must be a lot of assets in the Woodhead line that they reuse, so it's worth having just for that. And I think it always gets it gets a decent discount in the sale as well. So I might pick that up. I'm going to be a busy boy when the next sale comes up. You know, between TSC and Euro Truck Simulator 2, I'm going to be spending a fair bit in the next sale. I've got a wish list as long as my arm at the moment. Toc's putting his requests in there for the editor. Niddertalborn will add layers to the Austrian route. Oh, will it? I didn't realise that. That's good. TSW34. I caught that before you deleted it. TSW34. That's brilliant. As far as the next sale goes, there's some PC players on here. What do you reckon? Will it be? Is it October? The next sale? I think October will be the next sale. It won't just be a. I don't think it'll be just a Train Sim Classic sale. I think it'll be a Steam sale in general, won't it? I think. I'm new to it as well, Dave, so I'm not really sure when they do them, but. Have you read the roadmap? Me? I know I said at the beginning I sort of scanned it, but I'm kind of waiting for the stream tomorrow night. I prefer to watch the stream and sort of sit down with my feet up and soak it all up. So I'll be doing that tomorrow night, mainly. Warfighter says, do you think Eurotruck could come to console? We talked about this before. Mr. Water will correct me, but I think there was something mentioned that they were trying to do it, or they were thinking about doing it. Whether they'll be able to do it is a different matter, of course, I think. Yeah, I know you know it, SNCF. You sit there studying it. You're the guy when it comes to Dovetail Live. Right, we've got Saltburn coming up. So we definitely don't want to do one of my famous overshoots at this station, because we'll end up in the booking office. Yeah, we're only 14 minutes late. Yeah, I'm with you, Tuck. There we go, Saltburn. And that is the end of our service, so thanks everybody for coming in. It was nice to sort of have a chat about TSW4 and kind of, you know, clear up a few things with it. As I said, the roadmap stream is tomorrow. Keep your eye on the schedule. SNCF has put it in my Discord. The link is in the description if you want to have a look at that and join up to our Discord. The schedule is also on Dovetail's forums, but there's quite a lot coming up. So if you're interested in TSW4, you've already pre-ordered, have a look at that schedule. You will love it when they start showing the previews, and I've said it about 5 or 6 times, but it's much better than just watching the Dovetail Direct. You actually get to see the routes in action and get an in-depth look, probably by Matt on all 3 of them, I would have thought. Matt is the professor. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the chat. Mr. Water, thank you for the donation at the beginning. Raptor, thank you for re-signing up for your membership. Do appreciate that. Take care, everybody. Probably see you in the chat tomorrow night for the roadmap. All the best. Bye for now.